Hello. Welcome. Today we will replace a power supply fan because it's noisy and it probably has a shot bearing. Audio sounds good. Good. So, what you see in front of you, right here, is the fan we will be replacing the fucked one with. And if I move stuff, go over here and pick this up, there. I couldn't be bothered to remove it, so here we are. I can't be bothered to remove the actual power supply from the computer here because I'm lazy, and to be frank, this needs to be cleaned out anyway, so I just want to get it working. I want to make sure this is the shot fan. So one thing I actually forgot to do is turn on the soldering iron. And I'm probably gonna forget that's on. Also, I got a new tip. Well, new and new. It's an old tip that has focus. You fuck. It's fairly... well, I've never used it, but it is a fairly round and not a pointed tip, not really a spade bit like this one. This was the old one. It has been thoroughly abused, if we put it that way. So if we take a look at this power supply here, which is thoroughly just wedged in and improperly... ah, there we go. This fan is connected through here, goes back, and it actually comes around to these two connections on the edge right there, red and black. So we're gonna de-solder that, then we're actually gonna power this fan up and see if it's actually horrible. But to be honest, just spinning it when it's upside down like this, it doesn't feel good. It vibrates and misbehaves. Waiting for the iron. Speaking of which, do I have solder? Jesus, I thought I was prepared here, but apparently I wasn't at all. Where did I put my solder? Maybe it's in my storage? Not in there. Are they anywhere? Like, at all? Oh. Well, look at that, I'm blind. I was gonna take all of this and this, but apparently it's right behind my drink. And I probably fucked the microphone over. Yes, I did. Good and proper. Hold on. Hello? Yes. Not as much noise now. Anyway, there's the solder. Yes, it was in your view the entire time. Anyway, I can smell that new tip. Let's open this up so it doesn't die of some unsuspecting fumes. Must get new solder. I must get some more space here. Ew. Wrong hole. It's not supposed to drink with your lungs, man. That's what... Actually, I don't have anything to say. You're not supposed to drink with your lungs at all. Just don't do it. You'll suffocate. Unless you're a fish. And of course, I didn't wet the sponge. But who cares? Sponges don't work really at all anyway. Well, they do work, but this cable length is getting an issue. Can I like stack that up? Oh wait, I can just get my storage boxes. Stack it up on that so I get more cable length, hey? This is an ocean. This is... Ooh, it's probably moving up there. This is an OSHA violation. Well, I got my cable length. And there it goes again. Well, fuck. I need to like mount this. There. Yep, this is shinsy as fuck. But we're gonna go with it. There we go, now I've got some reasonable cable length. Let's desolder this bullshit. Let's put solder over on this side. Let's make sure stuff is in view. Let's not burn the bottom of the case. Yeah, let's get to it. Let's maneuver through here. And let's add some leaded solder to this probably unleaded solder. Yeah, and now you see I bridged them both, but that doesn't matter. That okay. I'm just gonna pretend that didn't happen. I don't want to cut that cable tie. Probably have to. Can I just pull it? Yeah, this works. I don't have to break the cable tie. Oh, I probably shouldn't be putting my weight on that. There we go. So, suspected bad fan is out. Let's test it. Cables everywhere. This can only end one way. And it ended the unsuspected way. We live to another day. Woohoo, here's the dusty fan. Let's turn on our power supply. Let's go through. I have the wrong colors here, but that doesn't really matter. All you need to know is that yellow is positive. And then we need... no, we don't. However, we should go through proper power supply procedure, which involves shorting the supply, setting our current limit, 200 milliamps. Sounds good. And let's give it 12 volts. 10, 11, 0.8, 9, 12. There we go. Positive to positive. Negative to negative. Yep, that's the sound it was making before, when it was upside down. Imagine hearing this in your server, like late at night. Yeah, that's not a nice sound. What the? Yeah, I don't know. I guess the bearing shot, because I don't know where otherwise you'd get that weird off and on resonance, like it just did there in my hand. Can I just... no? Why not? Well, that revealed fuck all. That did reveal something. Ugh. Oh my god, just look at this. I'm getting black. Oh my... this has been in use for... oh yeah, let me give you some context as to why this power supply is being replaced. This power supply has been in constant use for about 500 days straight. And then I shut it down because, well, it started making noise. And then I put the computer on its side and I started it up and it stopped making noise, so I didn't care and I just went on with it. And now I decided to put it back in the tray, and when I put it back up, like upright again from laying down, it was just horrendous. So this bearing and or other component is probably fucked. How are you supposed to get these out? Oh, okay. I snapped something. and there's dust everywhere. Oh god. And yet, I did actually vacuum clean this thing before I took it to the bench. Okay. How about the other side? No, it just doesn't want to. How about the other way? How about a smaller screwdriver? Oh, this is a soft disc. Oh, it just pops out. Oh, there's an O-ring on there. Oh, there's full of grease and now everything just pops out. Oh, who would have thunk? Who would have thunk it? So, the electronics in here are clearly working. Nothing wrong with that. But I need... No, that's not rotating, and something that's stuck on me there. It's some kind of grease on it. So it's come out. Nope, that's pretty much glued to the board. Glued to the plastic, I mean. Yep. The bearing though, where's the bearing? Is that there? That can't be the bearing, that's way too... Is there even a bearing? Is this just a slip? Oh, what's it called? A slip ring? I'd assume there's a bearing in here somewhere. Correct me if I'm wrong. That's... Oh wait, this might just be a slip ring. How can we test if it's a slip ring? Or, I don't know the actual name, or if that's the actual name. But I know it's, instead of having a bearing, you just have like a carbon impregnated surface, like some... Well, I don't know exactly, but brass, copper, no, not copper, that's expensive. And you just let that wear, and you let the graphite, or well, carbon nodules lubricate it. It's a very cheap thing, but or is it trying to rotate in there? I have no idea. Here comes inappropriate tool. Scissor. No, that's soft. That's a soft metal. And it becomes gray when I... I don't really hear anything, but it's clearly a soft metal. What's the color of that surface I exposed? Can't really see, but it seems to be kind of shiny, kind of grayish. So I suspect there's just carbon impregnated metal there that acts just as a slip ring. Don't want all that metal all over the place. Gets stuck in my lungs and probably not good for your health. This dust is probably not either good for your health in the long run. But yes, I guess the slip ring got too weird and the shaft started to wobble, and it eventually got into such a bad state that it could get into a resonance frequency with its own, with the actual fan blade, like the mass of it going back and forth, lined up with the how it was being grooved in there, I guess. And I don't know, it kind of makes sense now when you think about it, because when I did that low speed test, I noticed that it would start doing it at some odd, when you got over some level, it would start doing it. $12 volts. Well, I guess it's fixed. Although now it's very... Let's see if we can get that resonance thing going. 80 milliamps, 70 milliamps, 60, 50, 60, 50, 60, 50, 3.6 volts, 3.3, 3.2 volts, 40 milliamps, 3.1 volts, 40 milliamps, 3 volts, 2.9, 2.8, 7, 6, 39 milliamps, 40, 30 milliamps. Yeah, let's just conclude that this thing is fucked. And should not be used unless emergencies dictate it, I guess. So that gets moved out of the way. I'm gonna bring this in. I haven't even tested this, which might be a horrible mistake. We shall get 2 test leads. And we'll connect appropriately. Turn down that, make sure that's a sensible value. And it actually turns on at 4 volts. Okay. 9, 10, 11, 12. Well, it's working. Now I just gotta, well, I gotta shut this open so I can actually access stuff. Yeah, let's not do it that way. Let's see if we can break it open. Not having proper tools is a bane. It's a bane of my existence. It's a bane of my existence? That doesn't really grammatically compute, my friend. Let's try and tear it open. With a good old bendy. Hey! Fatigued metal, plastic. There we go. We should cut this to a reasonable length. That probably being... Make sure air direction is... Do they line up between these? Yeah, they do. So that means that way, which means roughly that much. Good, that's all we need you for. There we go. Come on. Let's, we don't need this yellow wire at all. Should we even bring it out here? I mean, yeah, I guess I'll bring it out here. Doesn't matter. I'll just do some of that. And then the last one, stick it through, I guess, and fold it over. And continue to spin. Making sure that first turn is tight. And then it's a cakewalk. If I could actually get the things to properly feed through my hand. There we go. I just want to make this easier to work with. So untangle that, go back, try again. There we go. If you want to, you can cut this flush or whatever. Doesn't really matter. Good. Let's see if this works with this cable. It probably will not. It did not. Good to know. So we're gonna actually have to use some skill to do this the traditional way. With a scissor, no less. It must be really thin wire in here. Really? That's pretty thin. Okay, let's try again. Oh, I think I actually got it. There we go. One tinned. Ah, 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 ah. The trick to this is that you want to keep constant contact with the blade, and it's kind of just a feel thing. You just have to just guess kind of when you've cut enough of the insulation, so you can just drag the rest of it apart, because you don't want to go all the way to the actual conductor. You want to stop just short of it so you don't damage any of them, because these can be very thin at sometimes, and because these are multi-stranded, they're inherently thin. So the trick is to, well, if I'll just demonstrate on this piece of cable, is that you put it in the jaw and you slowly just close the jaw, keeping constant pressure, and when it jams like this, you pretty much reach the end of that cut. Well, what you can do with that move, because as soon as you start to move again, it's going to be a jerk motion. But if you actually, after the first jam, you turn it a little bit and go down, and you just keep doing that, kind of just like this. But you want to keep some pressure on it, so that when you eventually break, well, when technically you could do it by just doing a really thin seam all the way around, like kind of like that. That's pretty much nothing. And you could theoretically strip that, but you'd probably break the conductor before that, because you'd have to apply so much downward force that for a start you probably need to use one of these, but even then you'd probably just slip, or it will just be incredibly hard to strip, and you'll probably just damage the conductor anyway when you do that. So go as far as you can without actually breaking through, and continuously rotate to make sure you have a clean cut. And voila, do it over and over again. Just take a piece of wire like this and just do it over and over again, and you'll learn how to hand strip wires pretty fast with a scissor. Although I failed there because I was too eager, but that's part of learning. Some junk on there, let's clean that off. And let's tin these, because, hey, what else? Excuse the extremely shaky hands. Wow, and as soon as I say it, it gets even worse. The brain is a strange organ, I guess. Deceives and fools us. There we go. Very, very badly tinned. And let's get this hunk of, well, it is a commercial computer, but to me it's a server, because it runs server software, and it doesn't have a, well, it does have a graphics card and stuff in it, but it doesn't really use it. So, where did I, there. So yeah, this is, you know what I forgot? I forgot to take note of the direction this fan should go in, because I didn't take note of the direction of it when I took it out. Fuck my life. I need a drink. Let's go on the interwebs and search for the default airflow for a PSU. PSU default airflow direction. I think it's suck in the case and out the back. I really shouldn't touch my eyes with these hands, they're so dirty. God, it's so much, well, dust. All PC PSUs I have ever seen exhaust the hot air out the back. Yeah, that's my assumption too. So I think that's what I based this fan on when I actually put it in to start with. You can't see this fan here. That. Yes, this one. Problem is, I can't see the orientation, well, the direction indicator. It's probably on the bottom. Hashtag my life. Okay, let's just not dwell on it. Don't dwell on it. Let's just install this sucker. So, airflow out here, which means pull in here, which means this direction spins that way, which catches air and pulls it down, pushes this out that way. Makes sense? Yes. Let's not dwell on it before we somehow fuck it up, because actually there's no because, that's pretty much cemented in logic. So another turn here like the other one did too. I guess we'll replicate as much as possible in here. God damn it, just get through. And well, goody lordy me, good on me that I started a stream, because I didn't take note of the direction, which one was yellow, red and black when I took it off. God fucking damn it, how do I fucking manage? Wow. Seriously, I'm so used to just knowing, because indicators. Let's jump back in the stream here. Hey, we've been going for over 40 minutes. Fucking hell. Red closest to me. Okay. That makes sense. Actually, I don't know if that makes sense because I have nothing to compare it to. Anyway, that makes... Let's use the good oldie trusty hand pump. And let's suck away that piece of solder right there, because it's in the way. Everything else is also in the way, but hey, that's how it goes when you produce videos, I guess. Everything's just there and in the way, and there's just cables everywhere and structures everywhere, and God fuck knows what. And solder close by. Why did I even put that away? Blah. Let's put these in and let's just solder them. In you go. No, in you go. Fuck it, we'll just go the other way. No one's gonna notice, no one's gonna be in here. Except me. Probably some scavenger in 400 years. They found this in the wasteland that once was Earth. Thriving with life. Get in there, for fuck's sake! No, seriously, what? Oh no, did I just drop solder through that? Or is it all on the tip? Oh, God, fucking, I have no idea. Well, guess we have pretty much only one way to find out. And again, why did I put that away? There's nothing to suck up now. Like it's... Oh God, shakes. Nothing. Anyway, we'll try again. We're just so unlucky, so that this is just too fucking thick. Here we go. The fuck over? What just happened? Is there like a big positive plane on here? Oh! Don't breathe. I gotta evacuate. Oh. Lesson number 1. Don't blow into dusty computers. Even when you're soldering on them. Oh. Well, that's the experience I don't want to do again. Let's just continue. I was about to blow there again. Out of instinct. But no. I'm not falling for that again. Give them a little tug, make sure they're there. Align the cables as you want them to. Make sure everything will fit. And preferably do a test run. So yeah, I guess I will be booting this computer on the bench like this, which is a horrifying sight. Actually no, I will assemble it because the very fact that there might be a piece of dropped solder in there, that's enough to that's enough to make me say just put everything on before anything, because plasma and sparks might be flying, and that should be there. That I did take note of. So this should be just kind of like this. No, not over. Under, I mean, it should be over. That's correct. I probably fucked some cable over. That's not in at all. And that's not in at all. At the top here I see now. Cables on are right. That's the front. Front is good. Side is worse. Let's try that side again. Come on, come up. Up. Okay. We good? Something is stretching. Something doesn't want to. Something is like jammed. Maybe. Fan move around? Fan doesn't really move around. That's an issue. Okay, tell you what, I'm gonna do a little more robust approach, because I realize I can't lift the fan to attach its screws. What's that smell? It shouldn't be a smell, there's no power applied to this. Solder guy? Maybe. Also, I tangled it. Oh well. Let's get this all off again. Fuck. Damn it. And let's attach these things to this before we do anything. So I guess we're gonna need as much cable over here as possible. So like that. Yeah, it's gonna work. Yeah, we'll support that on there. And I'm gonna take off my microphone. I'm gonna get some screws, yes. There we go. Back on track. We have screws. I touch my face again with dirty hands. I'd probably get cancer in some form from this. This cannot be healthy. Anyway. That should go in that direction. It should go on that way. Let's make sure the air direction is actually correct. Where the freak is it? Pull down. Whoop! Don't worry, I have everything under control. Everything. at all times. So let's not have that in the equation at the moment. That should be, yes, that way. But to work on it, I need to rotate it that way, so it should be that way. That seems to match up. We'll put a screw on. What happens if I just, oh, here's another question. Will this even work? Because this is a donor fan, it does not have, it's possible that it doesn't even have the same, oh god, how the fuck does these get assembled? Actually, now when I think of it, this should not be here, this should be like that, yes. A little bit more room. What's the direction of this man? Who knows? Who could possibly care at this moment? Well, it's on there, quote unquote. Oh wow, it actually grabbed it. Let's get another bolt. Get it in there so we can actually secure it. Oh wow. There we go. It's sort of holding on. Now we can actually put it on here. Sort of. Look at this piece of Frankenstein monster. At least I have access to the bolts. Well, screws, sorry. And guess I'll do. If I had any sort of, you know, actual space. Oh god. This can only end one way. Acrobatics with tools. I'm just gonna fasten 2 of the bolts. Well, I'll try to. I'm gonna rotate this whole thing because it's just cumbersome at the moment. I'm gonna try that again. One fastened. Yeah, that fan had never been threaded before. So I had to thread it while I was screwing it in, so that's why it was kind of hard. So, now we're gonna actually assemble this, which means putting it on the actual correct direction, which is pulling that out. Push forward, well, tilt forward, and tilt down. There you go. That should be it. Unless you're like this side of the fan and you just want to be a hassle. Can I screw that up? Like bring it up by screwing? Oh god. Screw is about to slip. oh no, screwdriver is about to slip, it feels like. There, we're tight. And while we're at it, let's just tighten this one as well, just because it, well, tighten 3 of them, why not 4 of the 4th. This one slips quite a bit, so let's use violence and ignorance. And there we go. A remedied power supply, hopefully. Do the shake test. Nothing obvious. Let's put it back in this case. This horrible case. Let's put it back the right way around for starters. That helps. Oh, Jesus, I'm on the motherboard at the moment. Whoa. Okay, now beside it, can lift up that sponge, push it in to the final slide, and there, it's clicked into place. Now I just need 4 screws here at the back to really hold it in place, but theoretically, oh wait, oh wait, yes, I forgot, there's 4 more screws, and I forgot to test it as well, so actually fuck it, let's just leave it in there. If it goes boom, it goes boom. I did bring a power cable, there it is. Let's power this baby up. And let's, well, I'm actually gonna connect, where do I have that? Where's the cable? Cables everywhere, man. There it is. Just gonna connect the internet cable to it so I can actually shut it down gracefully. If it does actually boot. Oh well, it boots as soon as I show in the cables. Just like I configured it to. Good. And there's no noise from it, so let's open PuTTY. And let's SSH into it once it comes online. Here, I'll give you a hearing test. Well, sounds like it should, to me at least. Network error, connection timed out. Okay, hold on while I put this microphone back on. Mute. There we go, let's try this again. Reset session. Restart session. Log in. Yes, user. Thank you. Very, very dank. Hey, look at that. We could do htop. Hell, let's do 3 on it while it's. Actually, wait. No, let's do find slash. Yes. Find slash pipe it to demo. Slash, thank you. Let's see if it actually goes up in activity. 3, 2, 1. Well, given the UV meter, it seems like my microphone is broken, so I don't know if you could hear any of that. Anyway, power supply has been replaced, it's working, it doesn't make noise, the computer's booted, there's all kinds of dust just in here. Just look at that. Purified dust. That's what that is. Condensed and purified dust. Anyway, I'm gonna shut this down. Dash H. No. You probably want to hear this. Yeah. So that's it. Replaced this. I started on it before the video, just taking it apart, but then I realized like this is gonna involve soldering, so I might as well stream it, make it something other people could learn from, I guess. Anyway, there, it's offline. Can now be unplugged. I shall screw in 4 screws. At least 4 into the side here, and then I'm gonna put it back in there, and then it's done. So there's really not much left to do here. So yes, thank you for joining me in this surprisingly successful endeavor. Yes, goodbye.